Testing 1 2 1 2. Live again 11:18 p.m. Tuesday night. Going up into the scriptures. Tonight I'm going to do, Lord bless, I'm going to do the first chapter of Isaiah and the first chapter of Jeremiah. Also I want to start with the first chapter of Matthew. Okay, I want to start with the first chapter of Matthew. Just pulling stuff. But I want to show you a book. Great book for you to buy. From Babylon to Timbuktu. For you to know the history. For you to know the history of, how we got here by Rudolph R. Windsor. He wrote another book. I'm going to buy that also, called The Valley of the Dry Bones. So he's a black historian. Okay, Rudolph R. Windsor, showing it to you once again. Rudolph R. Windsor, black historian, right? Very great book for you to have, he really pulled stuff. He really, like a lot of people plagiarize books and stuff like that. He really knows and understands what he's talking about. So that's what we have to do. We have to, just put it down. We have to study, right? He goes into a lot of black history and stuff like that. But let's look at a point in his book. I was looking for this point, and it shows you who we are, right? This is page 84, right? I'm going to highlight this page, and this all links up into the history of the Bible and the second kingdom, which is the southern kingdom, right? Which is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, right? This is page 84, right? So listen to what it says in page 84 that he found out. In the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Vespasian under General Pompey, captured Jerusalem. Now, in 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter. During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people. During the period from Pompey to Julius, it is estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa. See that? Not white people, blacks, okay, fleeing from Roman persecution. The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves. Okay, so I'm highlighting it so you can see for yourself. This is page 84 in Babylon to Timbuktu. That's why last night's class I showed you that you must study. Okay, you must study, right? Now, he gives you a verse. The Lord will scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. That's Deuteronomy 28, verse 64. Right? So he's giving you verses. Now, when it goes on, it says, this prophecy and all the residue of the prophecies contained in Deuteronomy 28, 15 to 68, befell the black Jews after they disobeyed the laws of God. So now he only gives you one chapter. He gives you Deuteronomy, one book. The prophecies of the Bible is throughout the entire Bible concerning Israel. And the curses which would become our destiny is throughout the entire Bible. See, you must know and read the Bible. Okay, the prophecy, so he said Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. The prophecies is throughout the entire Bible, okay? This prophecy and all the residue of the prophecies contained in Deuteronomy befell the black Jews. Many nations transported the Jews into slavery, and the sons of Israel transmigrated to every continent. See that? So he's saying that we spread out to every continent, right? So I'm gonna just show you the highlight, right? See, this is why you need other books, not to take down the Bible, but to further give you the truth of the scriptures as to who we are, right? So there it is. Babylon the Timbuktu, um, page 84. And he goes great into history and stuff like that, right? He goes great into history, but I'm just showing you books, that's in my library. Uh, and, we move on. So tonight, all I want to do is I want to break down Isaiah, the first chapter, and Isaiah and Jeremiah, the the first chapter, and hopefully we get into Matthew. Okay, I'm gonna go through it fast, break down what I got to break down. So I want you to see how the Lord moves. I know I've been putting up videos of books and stuff like that. You need books. You need books. You need books. You need the illustrations in books. Because one thing that the Bible does not have, it does not have illustrations. Or if it does have illustrations, it has the European illustrations. Okay. Also, too, I was on this page. There's so many false teachers out here, man. It is amazing that do not know the Bible, that profess themselves to know the Bible, and they're out here teaching lies. It is amazing. Went on this cat's page, and he was trying to break down the beast and the mark of the beast in Revelation. These men, bro, is amazing the lies that they spew. And they stand in front of these cameras as if they're perfectly correct. As if they're perfectly correct. And they're off. Okay, they're thoroughly off. You understand? If there's one thing that I have fear of, is teaching the wrong thing concerning the Lord's word to anyone. That's one, I don't really worry about too much, but to teach the wrong thing, and these people stand in front of these cameras in their blogs or vlogs or whatever you want to call it, and it's amazing how they speak as if everything that they're saying, some of them don't even give details. They just run past the verse. Okay? They just run past the verse. So anyway, the Old Testament, a brother was asking me about that too. The Old Testament is called the Pentateuch. Now, the Torah is the first 5 books of Moses. Let me be clear. The Torah is the first 5 books of Moses, which is Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Now, Moses never wrote the rest of what is called the Pentateuch. Oh, now the Pentateuch moves on into Joshua, Samuel, Judges. It moves up into, Song of Solomon and all these different things, right? That's what's called the Pentateuch and so forth, like that. So then you have the prophets, the prophetic books. You have Isaiah, Jeremiah. These are mains, Zechariah, Zephaniah. You have smalls or minors in the aspect of Obadiah. These are little books. Obadiah is a very powerful book, but it's a little book. So you have to study the Bible to see the sizes of the records that the Lord has produced. So let's get up into Isaiah, the first chapter, which is one page, not long page, but a page and a half. Let's see how he moves as he breaks down destiny, purpose of the nation of Israel. He says, the vision of Isaiah, the son of Amos, when he saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem in the days of Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, Hezekiah, the kings of Judah. Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for the Lord hath spoken. I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me. So He's shown you that we are rebellious people. Okay, he's shown you that we are rebellious people. So he's shown you our nature right off the top, that we are a rebellious people, right? He says, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel do not know, my people do not consider. So he's giving you our nature and exactly how we act, why we in all these religions right now, you know, doing all these different things with all these different thoughts, because we don't know, we don't consider the Lord. We'll just do whatever we want. So he says, a sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They have gone away backward. See that? So when you wonder why we're in the condition that we're in as a nation, okay, not only blacks, Indians, Puerto Ricans, and so forth like that, as you go down throughout all the tribes, there it is. The Holy One of Israel unto anger, they have gone away backwards. So instead of we move forward to the Lord, we move in backward. He says, why would you be stricken anymore? You will revolt more and more. See that? That's what we do. We revolt. We are rebellious. See, he's giving you your nature. Okay? So if you cannot see yourself in these verses, if you do not see yourself in these verses, then these verses is not for you. Okay? He says a nation. So if you don't see yourself as an Israelite and you don't see your people as being this way, then these verses, I don't know what to tell you. We will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick and the whole heart faint. See that? The whole head is sick, meaning the top of us, the best of us is sick. He don't, so whoever you would consider to be the best of our people, educationally wise, money wise, and all these different things and stuff, he said, you sick. It ain't no difference. We all sick. We all, in his eyes, we are all sick. Okay? He says, from the sole of the foot even unto the head, there is no soundness in it. So what does he mean from the sole of the foot? From the least of us, the bums that you see on the street that you don't even talk to, you won't even give them $1. That's the sole of the foot, the least position. Okay, all the way to the top. So let's use Magic Johnson, how business-wise. Let's use Michael Jordan, business-wise. Let's use Shaquille O'Neal, business-wise. These are the tops. You understand? These men have made astronomical numbers, figures, and stuff like that. And the Lord said, if this is the top, now, doctors, black lawyers, and so forth like that, he says, that's the top. He says, but there's nothing in you because you don't understand the Lord. You're not about this world. He says there is no soundness. There's nothing sound in us all the way. So I don't ever look at myself as being better than the least person that I run across on the street. I feel empathy for them. You understand? People that's in bum positions, that's begging. I really do. I wish I could help them. I don't care, if they crackheads or whatever. I wish I had money to be able to give them or fix them or put them in a better position, because I understand that in the Lord's eyes, I'm no better than them. He says, but wounds and bruises and putrefying sores. So it's not talking about, it's talking about how we are sick with wounds. You understand? All these different diseases that's hitting us now, these are wounds. Okay? We're sick, like, spiritually, because we have no hope. We have no hope. When I talk to a lot of brothers and sisters in the gym, they don't have no hope of nothing. You understand? They just don't care anymore. So they're wounded and putrefying sores. Okay? So the putrefying sores is all these nations that are here that's eating us up. A sore is putrefying. It's not healing itself. Okay? So we're still under the white man's jurisdiction, and that's what it is. Okay? We're still begging him for handouts. Look how he switched around the voting and all these different things and stuff like that. These are all sores. They still in our neighborhoods. They still control us through the cops and so forth like that. These are putrefying sores. They have not been closed, neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment. So our situation has not been fixed. Our situation has not been fixed. Now, the seventh verse. Your country is desolate. Your cities are burned with fire. Your land strangers devour it in your presence. And it is desolate as overthrown by strangers. So look at the fact that the so-called Jew is now in your land. The so-called Jew is now in your land. And the Lord said he's a stranger. Strangers have your land. You don't even know where your land is. You think your land is Africa, and those are the people of the heathen. Okay? Those are the people of the heathen. Strangers have your land. That's what the Lord said. He said, your country is desolate. Okay? Your country is desolate. Strangers now run it. These Edomites have taken the Holy Land. The Arabs is there. All the other nations is there. It is desolate as overthrown by strangers. And the daughter of Zion is left as a cottage in a vineyard, as a lodge in a garden of cucumbers, as a besieged city. So now we've been tossed out. Okay, so he's given us how we look. Now he says, except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant. So he's left people amongst us. We would have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah. See that? Okay. So now he's saying that if he didn't leave people that was going to stand, we would be like Sodom and Gomorrah, man. That's the type of spirit that he says that we would be like. We cool with the madness. We cool with the madness of this world. We cool with that. He's like, if I didn't leave a remnant of people that was going to stand, that was going to say, no, I'm not with that program. Okay? Except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah. Hear ye the word of the Lord, ye rulers of Sodom. So now he's saying, now Sodom is cities of homosexuality and so forth like that. So the Lord is saying, hear ye the word, ye rulers of Sodom. He's talking to us. Because now, our young men, we leaving them, our sons, we're leaving our sons to homosexuality and so forth like that. We're leaving our sons, we don't care. So I know you're probably saying, well, how is it that Sodom is homosexuals? Let's go back to Genesis. Let's go back to Genesis, the 17th chapter, so you can see that Sodom was a city of homosexuals. Black men that wanted to have sex with black men. Genesis, the 19th chapter, destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. And there came two angels to Sodom at evening, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom, and Lot seeing them rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face towards the ground. See that? So he was shamefaced. In respect and order, he knew that he was not on their level. So he bowed. He didn't stand upright, standing all proud and everything. And he said, behold now, my lords, turn in, I pray you, unto your servant's house, and tarry all night, and wash your feet. And you shall rise up early and go on your ways. And they say, nay, but we shall abide in the street all night. And he pressed unto them greatly. And they turned in unto him and entered into his house. And he made them a feast, and did break unleavened bread, and they did eat. And before they laid down, the men of the city, even the men of the Sodom, compassed the house round about, both old and young. Listen, men, all the people from every quarter. And they called unto Lot and said unto him, where are the men which came in unto thee this night? Bring them out unto us, so that we may know them. For you to know someone in the Bible is talking about sex. Okay? that you may know them. Now it's going to tell you that. And Lot went out to the door unto them and said, shut the door after him. And so I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly. Behold, now I have 2 daughters. Look how knowing that someone is sex. He says, behold, I have 2 daughters, which have not known man. See that? So sex, he's saying his daughters is virgins. And they have not known a man. They have not lain with a man. Okay? Now, let's see what he says. Let me, I pray you, bring them unto you, and do you to them as is good in your eyes. Unto these men do nothing. So you can't see that these is homosexual black men. You can't see that these is homosexual black men. Okay, so let's go back onto Isaiah. So the Lord said if he didn't leave amongst our people men that was going to stand against the wickedness of remnant, we would be in that spirit of Sodom and Gomorrah. That's why we don't say nothing now when our sons and daughters is now coming home talking about, being politically correct. I'm lesbian, I'm gay, and all these things. And you cool with that now. You understand? You cool with that. Hear ye the word of the Lord. We in Isaiah 1 verse 10. Ye rulers of Sodom, give ear unto the Lord of our power, ye people of Gomorrah. To what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifices unto me, saith the Lord? I am full of the burnt offerings of rams and the fat of fed beasts, and I delight not in the blood of bullocks or the lambs or the goats. So the Lord is saying to us, look, man, I don't care what you do. I don't care what you set up. I'm not interested. I'm not interested. You're lying to yourself. I'm not interested. When you come to me to appear before me, who have required this at your hand to tread my courts? Bring no more vain oblations. Incense is an abomination unto me. The new moons, the Sabbaths, the calling of assembly, I cannot away with. It is iniquity, even the solemn meeting. Your new moons and your appointed feasts my soul hate. They are a trouble unto me. I am weary to bear them. So the Lord is talking to us. And he said, man, all these things that you believe in, that you follow and you worship, he's like, away with it. I'm tired of it, man. Because you're wrong. You're wrong. So me, I don't trip about new moon and all these different things like a lot of Israelite groups do and stuff like that. If that's what a person want to do, that's them. You understand what I'm saying? I deal with the word. He says, wash you, make you clean. Put away the evil of your doings before mine eyes and cease to do evil. Learn to do well. Seek judgment. Relieve the oppressed. Judge the fatherless and plead for the widow. See that? He don't tripping about all these different things that you want to do, new moon and Sabbaths and all that. That's not what he says. He says, wash you. What does it mean? Does it mean taking a shower? No, it doesn't mean taking a shower. How shall you wash? Let's go in the book of Ephesians. Let's see what does he mean, wash you. Let's go in the book of Ephesians, the 5th chapter and the 6th verse and the 26th verse. This is how you wash. That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of the water by the word. See that? So you're going to get dirty every day. Every day I take at least 2 showers a day. One in the morning and when I come home at night. Okay? So every day, some days I train hard, some days I don't. Look what he says. He says that he might sanctify and cleanse it by the washing of the water by the word. So the word is the water that you're going to use to wash yourself. Okay? So when he says wash you, you got to wash with that word. Okay? Learn to do well. Seek judgment, relieve the oppressed, judge the fatherless, plead for the widow. Come now, 18th verse, and let us reason together, saith the Lord. Though your sins be scarlet, our sins is red. See, I don't trip like a lot of people. They think like they perfect. Now that they learning the Bible and stuff like that, they act like they perfect. Nah, I don't get down like that. I don't get down like that. I'm not perfect. I am a sinner. Okay? I don't even trip about it. But what I don't do is manifest a lot of sins like a lot of people try to do. Okay, I do the best that I can. Though they be red like crimson, they shall be as wool. If ye be willing and obedient, you shall eat the good of the land. But if you refuse and rebel, you shall be devoured with the sword, for the mouth of the Lord has spoken it. So now he's letting you know the prophecy as to where we at, why we in this condition. For we've been devoured with the sword. How is it that the faithful city became an harlot? It is full of judgment, righteousness lodged in it, but now murderers. So right there, he's showing you the switch of state of Jerusalem, the type of people, right? How is it that the faithful city became a harlot? So we became a hoe, okay? It is full of judgment, righteousness lodged in it, but now murderers, because we changed our state. So now you move on. The silver is become dross, thy wine mixed with water. See that? So he's giving you silver has become dull. We the silver. That's why we the jewels of the Lord. Okay? And now we become dull. The wine is mixed with water. So instead of it being pure grapes, now it's watered down. We are watered down people. We are a watered down people. Thus saith the Lord, thy princes are rebellious. So your leaders are rebellious and companion of thieves. Everyone loveth gifts and followed after rewards. They judge not the fatherless, neither do the cause of the widow come unto them. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the mighty one of Israel. Ah, I will ease me in mine adversaries, and avenge me of mine enemies. And I will turn my hand unto thee, and purely purge away thy dross, and take away all thy tin. So we're going to change. That change is coming only through Christ. So he's saying that we're going to change. And I will restore thy judges at the first, and thy counselors at the beginning. Afterwards thou shalt be called the city of righteousness, the faithful city. Zion shall be redeemed with judgment, and her converts with righteousness. And the destruction of transgressors and of the sinners shall be together, and they that forsake the Lord shall be consumed. See that? So if you've forsaken the Lord, man, and you're not paying him any attention, he's telling you when he steps back, you're going to be consumed. For they shall be ashamed of the oaks which you have desired, and you shall be confounded for the gardens that you have chosen. So the gardens is all the false philosophies, doctrines, and beliefs. So you're running in those gardens and you think that that's a better garden than the garden of the Lord. The garden of the Lord is Christ through the Bible. For you shall be as an oak whose leaf faded, and as a garden that have no water. So when gardens don't have no water, they turn dry. Okay, and they start to wither away and fade. They turn brown. And the strong shall be as a tow, and the maker of it as a spark. And they shall both burn together. None shall quench them. So he's showing you, this is the entire Isaiah, the first chapter. It goes into many different things. It breaks stuff down. Okay? Isaiah, the first chapter, breakdown. Peace.